Hey everybody, recently I bought some Star Trek The Next Generation action figures. Actually, to get one, I bought a lot of, I think it was 6, something like that. And I thought I'd do like an in-package review of some of these figures. A couple of them I will open up later and possibly do a review. So here is Worf. So this is by Playmates. Playmates did these figures. They were actually the second company to do them. They started them in the early 90s, and I believe they continued making them even when the show was finished. But before that, Galoob made like G.I. Joe, Star Wars shaped or size figures, like 3.5 inches. These are more around 5 inches. And you can see you got the original price tag of $4.95. Very interesting because nowadays you could get a figure for about $5 in shipping still. These are pretty easy to get for a good price, $5 to $10 a figure. You shouldn't have a problem. Even cheaper if you buy them in a group. This group came with space caps. You know what those are? They're Pogs. You can see Worf here in his warrior outfit. They would have several of the figures in different outfits, maybe from something that they did on a holodeck or a special episode. And this outfit kind of makes Worf look a little chunky. In the back, they'd have a bio card. They would have, you know, the accessories to explain them to you. And all the figures you could get, like Admiral McCoy and Captain Scott, you know, the figures from the original series that would appear in an episode or two. But of course, they'd have different figures as well. Including just Borg. And then you see, you got two different Worfs. You have Lieutenant Worf, and then you have Klingon Warrior Worf. So you could get actually, in the same year, you could get the same figure in different outfits. Let's see what else I got here. So let's see, next up. This is one that I think I'm going to open up. This is Hugh Borg. From an episode, I think, was it called Borg? And again, this one was, look at, it's still new after all these years. You can kind of see the little stuff on the back here as well. This looks like this one didn't have as many people for sale that year. Lieutenant Barclay, I think he's one of the rarer ones, but honestly, none of them are super rare. If you look, you can find almost all of them. How about this controversial figure? Wesley Crusher. You know, there's some people who really love him, and there's some people who love to hate him. See the accessories he comes with. I like that little, let's see what that is. A dilithium crystal. Pretty cool. You can see some more of the figures that came out that year. Counselor Troy. We have her in her, was that the purple bodysuit? You gotta love the pastels that they use. But, you know, at least the stickers in there are kind of cool. You can actually see the Enterprise on that one. So that's kind of neat. And they all would come with a little base. And it says, attention collectors, each figure is numbered. And I don't know if it'll show, but on the bottom of her foot, there's like a serial number. But, of course, you know, one of the reasons why I think these figures are so cheap today is there were so many people who collected anything Star Trek, that if you wanted it, you already got it. So that meant the demand wasn't that high. How about Guinan? My favorite role Whoopi Goldberg ever played, but I could probably only name you 3 roles that Whoopi Goldberg ever played. Let's see. Maybe 4. Karina, Sister Act, and Jumping Jack Flash. And other than that, I like the chess set. That is very cool that you can get the chess set. I mean, it's only just one kind of solid piece of plastic, but it's still kind of cool. Guinan. And then the last one, let's see if I can find him. The reason that I bought this is because I wanted Q. I'm a big fan of Q. I think he's one of the better characters that they created, and having him in the judge's robe is just, it was too cool to pass up. This was actually one of the harder ones. Not harder, but a little more pricier, so he's more on the $10 side, and I decided rather than doing that, I would just go ahead and buy a lot. So I'll probably take him out of the package one day. How about this? Design an alien and win a TV appearance on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. It would be fascinating. I should look up and see if there's any history of who won the contest, you know, and if they really did appear and what they looked like. Got your Q action base. Look at him. I like this. On the back, on his little card, it says age irrelevant. That's pretty cool. Oh, and don't forget your Deep Space Nine game for your Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo coming soon. And like Captain Picard as Dixon Hill, that's one of the holodeck kind of things that he was famous for. Or Captain Picard as a Romulan. So they have some of them when they, dressed up to go incognito. $4.99. That looks like a Target from the 7th season, which is the last season, but it wouldn't be the last wave of figures. They would do that as well. So there you go. Star Trek The Next Generation action figures. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cheap, easy to collect. Let me know if you have any or what your favorites are. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, click like and subscribe. If you'd like to hear my history and memories of various Star Trek TV shows, you can go to my Patreon page. All Patreon supporters can see a special exclusive video where I talk about all my memories of and history of the Star Trek TV shows. And I think it's pretty cool. So go to Patreon and support the show, and you can see that as well. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.